Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, B. Good morning, Sonia Watts. You see, Malcolm done came out. Good morning to you. I wonder if anybody else is walking this morning, getting that walk in. It's it's kind of a little cold this morning, but today's the 27th. It is Monday. Good morning, Avalanche. Avalanche. I can bring home the bacon, fried up in a pan. And never, I'll never let you forget your romance. Ah, good morning, Gloria and Marcia. Good morning to you. It is, it is Monday morning, September the 27th. I was gonna start walking a little bit earlier than this too. To be honest with you, it was just kind of a little dark, a little scary. I'll wait until a little bit of the morning come out. I'm feeling good. I'm gonna go get that second shot today. Good morning, Yellow Eye. Good morning to you. It's kind of it's one of them days, I don't know. It's like you can't hardly even breathe. So, I don't know what's going on with that, but, um, you know, got a lot of stuff on my mind today. Get a lot of stuff done. I was working on a list that has 100 things that I have to take care of in a week, which today makes it a full week. Well, I know good and well I'm not going to get all 100 things done, but I did get 70 of them done. Well, I was trying to make it to 70 because I said 3/4 of it. If I get that done, I did great. I put a lot of stuff on there. That takes more time than a week, but I'm very proud of myself that I got like 66 things done. 66 things done in a week. But I'm still working on long projects that takes longer than just a week. Hey, good morning, Peggy Toad, Carolyn, Zena. Good morning to you. You guys know that this case with Gabby and Bryant, that case is it's a crazy case. Everybody has their theories, opinions, and what they think or whatever. And I've came to mine. I'm so happy that I came to mine. I don't know if it is what I think it is, but I do think everybody always think they're right. Don't mean that they're right, but you know it's kind of always a good thing to watch it play out and see if you're even close to being right, or you know what I'm saying. And nobody knows. That's the good thing. Nobody knows. Some people don't. Good morning. Sonia Joseph, good morning to you. Nobody actually really knows, but I believe that I know. But I've got more to share too. I've got more to share. And I mean, some things is happening that I didn't know, and that's what makes me, you know, think what I think. You know, so I look at how people, everybody like to be on the safe side, and they'll say something like, "I don't know, I don't know," or you know, and there's nobody is guilty, you know, you know, just because situations is happening. I'm not saying that, but you know, and I definitely don't want to get off into talking about the case and disrespecting the family because this family is a really good family. Gabby's family is a really nice family, and they don't deserve a lot of bull crap, you know. And their child is dead, you know. That's the last thing they need. But and but I do believe that through all of this, they got the bad end of the stick because it's their child. But through all of this, we learn and we go, we grow. You have to grow, whether you like to grow or not. I did watch the funeral. Um, I didn't watch it live because I don't do that. I don't record funerals. I don't do that. I think you know, that's just my belief. But you guys can always go to the news thing and Google, you know, Gabby. It's hard to remember how to say her name. Peto, Peto, Gabby Peto, Petito, Peto, Pieto, Gabby Pieto, and Gabby Pieto, Peto. That's how she says her name. Gabriella. Gabrielle. Gabrielle Peto. And put in funeral. You know, Gabby's funeral. And you will find it. If you want to see, her father spoke, and then her stepfather spoke. And it was just nice seeing the father and the stepfather, still raised, they had raised this child up. And they both loved her. And I was wondering what was her tattoos. I mean, I knew one of them was a upside down pentagon, which I was not going to say too much about that. But because you don't see the whole tattoo. So it's kind of hard to see it. But then she had some lettering on her forearm. And I was like, what is that? What did that say? And the craziest thing? I was kind of infatuated with it. Hi. There go Jody. Hope she ain't bringing me no breakfast this morning, 'cause I don't want any. Not no breakfast this morning. But, you know, my back is kind of aching a little bit this morning. I don't know what that's from. Probably because I'm tired. I'm drained. Not gonna do a lot of walking today. I'm drained. Ooh wee. Take a Tylenol PM and go to bed. But it was nice being able that I'm glad that they shared the service with everybody. I was really happy because even though that I don't know her personally, or any of you guys know her personally, I mean, she seemed like she's a really nice young lady and just full of life. But anyway, the tattoo that she had was, it said, "Let it be." And you guys know that song, "Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Bum, bum, ba, na, na, da, let it be." And, wow. I mean, just listening to the song would probably put you in tears. Because, I'll probably play it today. Just, yeah, I don't care about getting a strike. I don't care about getting a strike. I'll probably play it. But just thinking about her, 22, and somebody just took her life. And it could happen to anybody, you guys. And the message that her parents spoke on, well, the father, I don't know, it was the father or the stepfather, but was, and I don't know if you guys listened to it or, seen it, but I'm going to tell you what the message was, is to live your life. If you learn, they wanted everyone to know that if you don't wait to do something that you want to do or go somewhere you want to go, because you never know, and just live your life. And that's what Gabby was about. She would go scuba diving and she would go hiking, and she would just, make everybody smile and happy or whatever. But she was a type of person that she lived her life, even though it was short. Somebody took it. Some monster took it. But when they said her message, it kind of just, usually all the messages is pretty much the same. Live your life. Don't wait. This is weird because we hear it all the time. We do. We hear it all the time. I'm going to sit down right here. My back is hurting a little bit. Yeah, that is a pretty song. Anyway. Ooh, Lord, my back is killing me. And I think my back is killing me because I did a nice workout yesterday. I did some Latin dancing, and I did some squats, did some set-ups. So I might be a little sore this morning. That's probably what it is. And then, I'm working on my floor. You guys, you understand? So that was the message. And I was just happy that they shared that message with us. It was really sad service. And I think they cremated her body because I didn't see a casket or anything. But they had a lot of pictures up there, and I think I seen an iron up there. I don't know. Um, it was behind the person at the podium, which was the father and the stepfather that was talking. So if nobody didn't see it, I'm just explaining it to you. Um, but, you know, it was really sad. It was really, really sad. You know, and I think, you know, I've got a daughter that's 30, finna turn 31, and a son that's 28, finna turn 29, and a daughter that's 18, she's finna turn 19, all in November. And then I got a grandson. I got two grandsons. One just turned 13, and one just turned 5. And and that's my family. And my husband, that's my family. And I don't know what I would do if something ever happened to him, you know. So usually when I feel that kind of a way, especially when we're talking about a case, I want to go in deep, but I rather just not, because I'm still going to talk about it because it's awareness, and like I said at the beginning, I really was thinking and believing that, and it could be, I don't know. I was just thinking it was domestic violence. But now more, you guys could still think it's domestic violence or something, but I thought she was just probably just in a domestic violence relationship. And, it has been going on for a while or whatever. But, I just don't believe it. After doing all the research and the things that I've been seeing, like I said, I got a lot to share with you, you know, for my theory. My theory, that's all it's going to be, a theory. Because I'm not going to disrespect the family. She deserves a lot better than that. But hopefully, there is a lot of information that I want to share because, you know, first of all, they got rewards out, so, people can be looking for him. And then that's not saying that he done this. It's just they want to question him about the use of these the unauthorized cards or whatever. And well, at least they cleaned up. They cleaned up. But I believe that it's more to it than what they're saying. And I mean, I just say it like that. I think common sense. But I just want to kind of share my thought. And I hope everybody shares their thoughts about it. I mean, you don't have to agree or whatever. But there is this one, um, well, what happened was somebody in the chat, let me tell you guys what happened. I'm back at home. Let me tell you guys what happened. So I noticed that, and I noticed that one of our lives, I think it was maybe our first live when we started talking about the Gabby uh, Petito case. And a lot of people came in, but some people were talking about why they ain't looking for this kid, and why they only looking for this kid, and why they only looking for the white kid. That's what she was missing. They ain't looking for the black kids and stuff. And I get it. I get it. I don't like to get off into the race. I don't like to get off into conversation about gender. I don't like to get off into age. There's reasons for that. You know, my mama used to tell me all the time, the same things that you can't talk about on a job, don't 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 entertain it really, because people are gonna see what they see, and somebody's gonna be angry, and you don't know who you're talking to. You know, so I try to stay away from those conversations, and I know we need to have them, but I think that we need to be more mature when we have them. You know what I'm saying? I think we all, especially myself, need to be more mature before we have those conversations, because people get offended really quick, and then they start throwing out things like, like, say for instance, I used to hear this all the time. Somebody will say something about race, and then a Caucasian person will say, I'm not racist. My best friend, I got a best friend that's black. And the sad thing about, to be honest with you, what, you only got one? But I mean, it's almost most racist thing you can say. Because what, you made sure you had one black friend, and that don't that don't move me. You know what I'm saying? That's weird. That's crazy. That's stupid. That don't prove nothing. That just proves that you can tolerate one person. That is a opposite colorism to me, because if I thought that you were, or you were acting like you were, or whatever, we wouldn't even be having you wouldn't even have to say that. I'm not gonna tell you I know I'm not racist because I got a white friend. You know, that's kind of like a that's and I remember hearing it all the time. Oh, I've got a black friend, and it would just be like, please, that doesn't solve the problem. That doesn't that doesn't make me believe you're not racist, because a black person can be racist to their own color. I see it all day, and we got a whole bunch of black friends, but they can get a job, and I guarantee you, shoot, they'll show you something, and I'm talking about a black person, just so they can fit in. They will treat that black person bad. Good morning. Gonna go to work, Papa? I'll get you some breakfast. Huh? That's my husband, y'all. You see all that gray hair? You guys see all that gray hair? Papa, make sure you get your shot. Is it in the house? Yeah, don't forget that. So, you guys, yeah, um, it don't sound good to black race, or even if you say I got one white friend. Yeah, it don't sound good to nobody, and it hurts people's feelings. So, and I wanna put this out there, because you guys see, I get along with everybody. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, especially, what job I do, but before this job, it's just, people are people. I don't say we all bleed the same. I mean, if we got to go off into that, then there's a problem. I mean, I just don't even trip. I mean, If you treat a person as a human being, period, then that's it. But then we got to sit back and say, I, I'm a Christian. But I just want to share this with you guys. So there was a comment in the comment section, and it was a legitimate comment, and the person was a little bit upset, saying that I think they said something to the fact, I don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure they said something to the fact of, I'm gonna walk a little bit, that they didn't, the California city boys didn't get all this coverage yet. They still missing, and they were counting the pennies and times and everything. And she came on a news station and she was crying and she actually said something about it. She was like, I feel sorry for her. She missing. My child's missing too. But why y'all just looking for her when y'all not looking for my child? So some people was sympathetic towards her, and I heard her and I understand. So the person said something in the comment section and was like, I feel some kind of way, because they're never covering African American. So I guess one of our family members was a little bit upset about it, and they say they kind of replied and said something to the fact, why it always got to be a black and a white thing? You kind of need to grow up, you know, and something else. And I'm going to unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. So I got notified that there was a little tension in the comments section by my assistant. Day late, but we got it. Because usually we don't let no confrontation go on like that, especially about stuff like that, calling people names or cussing people out or getting in a confrontation because it's not even worth it. Good morning, Freddie. Good morning, Diane. Good morning, Shay's Faith. Who's else in the building? Candy Richardson, Tina Powers. I get to walk in that one way, and then we get to buffering. Peggy Toe, Leslie, Lisa Calhoun, Marcia. Good morning to you guys. Florida. But so there was a little tension in there, and I'm gonna walk it anyway. I know my back is hurt, but okay. So I was just gonna walk down to the corner, but anyway, and it's cold. I got my jacket on. So she said, so the young lady said, I'm white and I'm a Christian, and it always got to be about a black thing and a white thing or a race thing or whatever, something of that nature. And I'm going to unsubscribe. Well, here's the truth. Here's the truth, family. First of all, I do know that the person comes and goes as they please. I barely see them anyway, so I mean, I just barely see them. So unsubscribing is like, I mean, if you don't come eat dinner, we never gonna put a plate out for you. I mean, but you come when you want. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not like it was somebody that I got used to. I knew their name and I couldn't really tell you nothing about it. It wasn't no you know, she had never come and we never had a bond yet. So, like most of you guys, I know you guys by name: Betty, Freddie, Peggy, Tina, uh, Diane. I mean, I've even spoken to you guys, and I've spoken to this young lady before, but I couldn't tell you nothing about her. I couldn't tell you what state she lives in. I don't know if I have her phone number. I just remember I know her name, so she's not a stranger. She's not a troll or anything. Because if it was a troll, I would have deleted it. She almost hitting the curve saying hi. Girl, you almost hitting the curve. Better watch where you going. Anyway, so, I responded to it, but I just kind of told her, well, God is love. And we should respect other people's opinion. I believe that's pretty much what I said. If you guys go back and see it, you see it. At first I said, I did make a smart little remark, but I took it all because I kind of, like I said, I felt like, you're in the wrong chat. If you're getting mad because, like, say for instance, Lisa Taylor is in the chat right now, and Lisa says, the sky is brown over here. Now, the sky over here is blue. I'm not going to get mad. Okay, Lisa, the sky is blue. You're saying it's brown. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to unsubscribe. First of all, when people do stuff like that, it's like an ultimatum or a threat. Well, something I learned, doing this YouTube thing, I've learned a lot getting into this, that I kind of don't recognize threats. I know them when I see them. But first of all, there's nothing I'm going to do about it. Why there's nothing I'm going to do about it? I haven't said anything. So what is your problem? Why do you got a problem with me? You know? Just like you say, I've got a friend and they're black. Okay. Okay. So what I'm saying is, I'm not, if Lisa says something to me that I did not like, I'm not going to go get mad at Sonia Watts. I've had a lot of people on YouTube do that. Somebody else do something to them, and then they turn around and get mad at me. Like I did it, or I said it. And you know what? I just say, okay, good. That's what you need to do. Because don't go explaining about how you godly, how you doing, and anything else. Because there's an X button at the top, the right hand top, and you can easily click on to that and keep strolling. Because we are in the United States, and we have freedom of speech, and we have freedom of our will, and our opinions matter. What you think matters to you, what I think matters to me. And this is what I kind of basically explained to her. When and I'm not going to give you a history lesson, but I only said to the person, I understand what you're saying. That's what I said. She was mad. I'm a Christian. I'm a white woman. I'm a Christian, and I got black friends, and I'm finna unsubscribe. Well, that's what you do. I'm not gonna go to McDonald's. They mess up something. or I feel like they messed up something, and then never go to Burger King again. That is the, I don't know. You're not going to hurt me. But what I'm saying is, people do that all the time because they've already had a pre-notion thinking of you. See what I'm saying? Now, if I would have said something racist or something to offend you, I can understand you saying what you're saying. But that was not the case. So I've learned to, is that a black cat? What the heck is a black cat? Are you serious? Sitting on the gate. This black cat is sitting on the gate looking at me, and I don't know where this black cat done come from, because this is not a neighborhood cat. I mean, he's sitting on my gate. He's sitting on my gate, you guys, just looking. I kid you not. Oh my goodness. I'm going to show y'all this black cat if he don't take off running. Where did this black cat come from? Where you come from? Where you come from? Uh-oh. He was like, you move one more time, I'm finna bounce. Look at him. You guys see him? You see him? He say, don't move. You better get on up out of here, because Malcolm's not gonna like you. Ooh, black cat. Boy, boy, boy. He like, you come over here. I don't mind the cats being around, but you know. Anyway, I just don't like all the bickering about, like if somebody, if you want to say that, she said, say it a little louder for the people in the back. If you want to say, I think it was Bryant Laundries that took Gabriel out. That's your opinion. Don't get mad at me because that's your opinion. See, that's dirty. That's dirty. But then you want to write it in the comment section like you're right. Really? And the first thing everybody want to use the God card. That's not godly. I ain't said nothing. But I do have an opinion, and I will say, I understand. I understand. But I do also understand why they don't get the awareness also. So that's why I don't really say too much. Because let the truth be known, they can never be, well, I can't say never, but certain subjects, when they're in a situation, African American, okay, here's the thing. I am African American and Indian, but more African American than Indian. I have it in my blood. And in both race, or you might as well say nations, because I don't like to say race, but in both, they've been subjected to abuse from, you know, the white nations, all the way across. See, I can only go back 3 generations. My grandmother, my mother, well, my kids, my mother, my grandmother. But see, that's it. Four generations. I'm sorry. Act like I can't count. I wasn't even including my kids. But see, that's going up. But to go back, it'd be me, my mother, and my grandmother. We don't have things that we can leave our kids because we don't know our great grandmother and our great great grandfather. We don't know them because back then they were the slaves. It ain't been too many years ago like everybody thinking. You know what I'm saying? So when you're coming from poverty and slavery and the abuse of your ancestors and you don't even know where you came from and you still see it exist today, getting jobs, there's some people I know right now of, the right white race that they got handed down houses and plantation houses. I know a woman right now ain't never worked a day in her life. Where they do that at? You don't see black folks like that. I'm just saying. And even if you can count generations, you're going to count slavery in there. You're going to count all the abuse of how many people got killed trying to get the rights to vote. People got killed trying to go to work instead, ride the bus, ride, in the front instead of having to take the back seat or give somebody their seat or be picked for a job knowing that they know that job better than any and everybody and get picked over for cousin, girlfriend, nephew, nieces, somebody at the country club. It's still today. So, but we don't say too much about it, but it's there, you guys. And we all know it's there. That's why I said we have to have a more mature, we got to be more mature when we have that conversation. Can't sit there and deny it. It's just, it is true. But at some point, we have to get over the things that has happened, and it's hard to get over it. It's traumatizing because when you come from nothing, not saying that our people are nothing, but when you come from a group of people that everything was stripped and taken from them for decades, in years and years and years, you think that the next generation is better. You think that it's better, right? There's still poverty in the bloodline. We still see the same effect as if nothing really happened. I'm just saying. And it did happen. And it is true. Just like the Holocaust. It's true. But let some people say it didn't happen. But all these other people got some kind of, you know, I guess some kind of stimulus or repar- reparation. Like people now come over in the United States. I remember when Asian people come in the United States, they give them a home, go to school for free, pay no taxes. I mean, we don't get that. My kids had to go to a junior college and they pay their own way. Been here their whole life. And then we see how sometimes, people would think, oh, the government, they give them some food stamps and some low income housing and all that. Well, yeah, yeah. But you know what it did? Let's get for real. Let's get for real. It tore up the African American home. It did. To only way we'll help you is you gotta make sure that ain't gonna be no man in that house. I'm just saying, you guys, it goes deep and it goes far. I don't like to get in those conversations because we know it exists. So to tell somebody to shut up and, deal with it, you know, we are dealing with it as best way we can. I don't hate nobody. I'm not angry with no race because you know what? Yeah, I do believe that we can move on and make it better, but let's keep it real. It's still the same, you know? Gotta watch what you say and who you say it to, but I'm not mad at no race, especially like right now. If you live next door to me, you didn't do it. So why would I be mad at you because you white? Yeah, you're probably your race done it, but you did not do it. So I'm not gonna be mad at you. I'm not even mad at them because they didn't do it to me. I'm just gonna live with the hand I was dealt. And that's what we gotta do. All of us. I don't care what color you are. Deal with the hand that you are dealt. You know? Because, and I do believe this, and this is just me, all things work together. Not some things. All things work together, that those that love the Lord serve the Lord. All things. And I'll take that to the grave with me. You know? If this is how he's going to bless me, maybe my ancestors had to go through that. And now, because he does say that we need to be praying and turn our face towards him, seek him. All this stuff, you guys. That's why I tell you, not just black people, white people, Asians, Africans, Puerto Ricans, Indians, all people. He said, if my people, he didn't say black people, he didn't say white people, he didn't say white people with a black friend, he didn't say a black person driving a Mercedes. He said, my people. And you guys better stop it. We do see it. Yes, there should be some awareness of the unfairness, but don't tell people to shut up when they're still feeling the pain. That is uncalled for. It just is. And that's all I got to say, you guys. That's all I got to say. And if that person gets offended for what I said what I said, I meant what I said, because guess what? It is the truth. See, I'm a nurse. I, I don't care what color you are. You dying, I'm gonna help. I'm gonna help the best way I can. I don't even think about a color. If I gotta give you mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, I don't care what color you are. I just don't want you to die. Period. We gotta grow up. That's why I said some people not ready for that conversation. I'm not gonna sit there and say, well, if they wasn't white and had money, they would do this or do no. Get over it. Grow through it. We're now we're now in 2021. Yes, Yes, quit getting mad because people are still in their feelings about what they're seeing that's injustice that's still happening. It may not be happening to you. You may not can feel it, but if your child was missing, you would want somebody to go look for your child. And they have a right to say that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You don't tell them, oh, it's always got to be. They just saying, hey, there's a kid right here. He's the same age, missing the same day. Why nobody's looking for him? But guess what? We got the FBI, we got the Army, we got the reserves, we've got everybody in Florida, we got everybody in Georgia, we got everybody in Wyoming and Utah and Canada and you name it. We over 3, 4, 500 million looking for Gabby. So I get it. Don't get mad at somebody because guess what? These other boys been missing for over a year. They ain't do all that. You want somebody to shut up. They just saying what they see. We can be at the same stoplight and we're gonna see something different. Because when you put on your shoes, you've got your history behind you. So it's not as traumatizing to live this life that has been stripped away from all of your family. So to tell somebody, I'm white and and I'm a Christian, get over it. Some people don't get over it because they still live in it. They still live in it. And I see it every day. I see it every day. But it's okay. If you love your brother and your sister when they feel in that way and comfort them, you can make a really good friend. That's just like telling somebody that had somebody die to get over it. Are we going to have to hear about this today? When is the right time? Okay, when is the right time for somebody to get over a death? Because I guarantee you, if somebody stripped your generation and you don't know where you came from, you don't even know your language, you don't know nothing. Only thing you know is what they've taught you and told you. And you got to make it in this country under a set of rules that people that, you know, that don't even look like you. I'm just saying, it's not cool to get angry with someone because they have an opinion. It's not cool. You don't know what that person is going through, but I see what they say. And that's what I said on the comment. I understand. I understand and know why you feel the way you feel. That's it. And if anybody gets mad about what I just said, you're going to get mad because guess what? I stand on that. I approve this message. Ain't gonna be just white folks in heaven. Ain't gonna be just black folks in heaven. It just ain't. And if you can't get along with your brothers and sisters down here, you you know the Lord told he told us there's gonna be a whole bunch of people that says Lord, oh Lord, and we serve a whole different God because the God I serve wouldn't just he don't like that kind of behavior, and I know he don't. You can't tell me he do. Because the unfairness is out there. And it's true. Yeah, they get mad over people they'll never see. Now, they didn't get mad at them. They got mad at me. But, you know, somebody really wanted to know how I felt about it. That's how I felt about it. And that's why I said it. So if they hear it, they hear it. And, you know, whatever, you know, but nah, all my clients is white. Oh, well, I've got one client that's mixed. But since I've been a nurse 16, 17 years now, they all been white. Except one, and then this mixed baby that I have now. You can't go in this world tripping and thinking like that, telling somebody, "Oh, just get over it." That's not godly. And I'm not judging you. I just don't believe it's godly. Chances are you won't see who make it without the fruit of his spirit. Just love on everybody. And guess what? You won't go wrong. Sometimes it's just best to keep your mouth shut. You know, like, it's like some people, they'll say, SP this or SP that, and then they be over there just talking about me, lying on me or whatever. You know what? I don't say nothing. I'm not going to argue with you. 9 times out of 10, you're wrong. But you might just be right, but you're wrong. I know you're wrong. You know you're wrong. But sit there and argue with you is only going to cause more problems and anger. I'm not even going to tell you when you're wrong. You already know. You already know. So me coming talking about, girl, you lying on me. I this, I that, I'm that, I'm this, I did this, I work over here. My name is such and such. I don't care what you say. That's why I don't argue with people. You know that little song, you want to argue? You mad? I don't want to argue with you. That's just going to make me lose my relationship. Lord going to be looking at me like, you know, you know what? You could have not said nothing. That person could have went on thinking that, that's the thing. We grown women and men, and we still acting like kids. There's a lot of people say some negative. I block them or something. Or I delete the message. Like I said, I be wanting to say something back, but I don't. SP, it's not until we walk in that person's shoes to understand. But they're never gonna walk in. They're never gonna do it. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like we're here on Earth just for a limited time, though. So they better think about what they're doing, because God is actually real. You better talk to somebody about how you come at somebody. Like, you know, I don't make fun of people that's on drugs. I don't make fun of people that's been sexually assaulted. I don't make fun of people that's had somebody get killed or died or fat or ugly, short hair. I don't make fun of nobody. And I'm not going to sit there and act like somebody got cancer and I'm sitting there talking about get over it. No. I just you know what? You could have said something like, let's start a channel, or let's get some awareness out there. Help me. Do something about it. Instead of do something. Talk about your God. Because I don't believe we serve the same one. I just don't. There's a lot of people, I'm Christian. I'm not saying you are or you're not. I mean, you could be, and that's just your assignment. I don't know. But I'm just saying. you know. I don't like to ever regret things. I just don't. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. Go on in here. My back feeling a little bit better. But I just wanted to share that with you guys because when we talking in the chat or something, I don't never want it. I really don't want it to be about a race. You know what I'm saying? We do got to do better. But I'm not going to ever tell you your feelings don't matter to me. You can put in the chat whatever you want. If that's what you feel, then that's what you feel. But to tell somebody else to get over it, and you know, that I just don't know about that one. You know, I just don't know. I'm gonna pray for everybody today. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pray for everybody. Have the Lord uh, let His will guide you, comfort you today. Think about life more serious instead of thinking that, you know, you got promised tomorrow, because you don't. I pray to God that if your ears are not open for His word and His comfort and His mercy and grace, that you do change and turn. And let's all come together and start praying so our babies will quit being hurt and our kids will come home. Because this is crazy. This is crazy. It's not supposed to be like this. There's other things more important to be sitting there talking about instead of the craziness. Every time I turn around, and I told you guys one thing, and I told you. When it got to do with the kids, and that's where we're at, everybody's like, oh, it's been happening. No, it ain't happened like this. You can't tell me that this is new. I mean, you know, like, oh, we just all just kept it hush hush. This is a pandemic in itself that people, you turn around one day, they watching your kid, next day they lusting over your child, the babysitter, the mama, the daddy, the neighbor, the mailman, the uncle, the post, everybody. You can't trust nobody. And when it attacks the kids, you guys better get it right. You better get it right. Anyway, you guys, I'm serious. So I appreciate anybody that starts channels and get the awareness out there, and let everybody, you know, that say that they love God, that we come together as one. Ain't got to be in no church. That's a building, you guys. We're the church. We are the church. All right? And I think this is how this world is going to end, too. Like, I'm going to ask one question before I get off of here. Because I wasn't like young, but I can't even remember how old I was. But I was told, and it was planted in my head, that someday that we would not be able to go to church. But I thought it was going to be more like there would be people that would kill people if they trying to go to church. And I mean, because that tried to come off. I think some people try to make the, revelations come to light faster than what it's supposed to or whatever. But isn't it weird how this pandemic shut down all the churches? You know what I'm saying? And I guarantee you, it ain't over with. It is not over with. It's not over with. So if you thought You know, when people be like, you scared, go to church? Where you going to go now? You try to tell people, that's just a building. That's just a building. That's a building. It's in you. You better get it and get it right and install it in your children. Because, and people say, we've been hearing this since we were kids. The end is coming. Oh, we've been in it. We've been in it. Trust and believe. When they taking out these kids like this, we're in it already. Because that's what evil is. That's what evil do. You know? And the world's going to keep going and doing what it wants to do. And it's going to get worse. And it's going to get worse. And I remember my mother said, she said this. She said this when Obama became president. And I'm just going to tell y'all the truth. She said, I hate to see that. And I said, why, Mama? She said, they going to kill him. That's what my mama said. She said, they going to kill him. I said, they not going to kill him. I said, but I will tell you, he is going to open up the floodgate. She said, I don't want to be here. And if anybody know what I'm talking about, they know. Whatever. And you know what? Before he was president, it was always racism and prejudice and things. But it was kept embedded. Like, you could you know what I'm saying? People didn't show it. Now, you know, they just done lost it. People come up, cussing you out, calling you names and stuff, and be like, yep, I said the N-word. Yep, sure did. Yep, and you be like, what? You know what I mean? They want you to catch a case. And they shouldn't catch no case because somebody said a word. That's crazy. Just, you know, they already, that's what I'm saying. They had it in them the whole time. It was just embedded. You know, it's like a pimple. The pimple was already there before you seen it. I got a pimple on the side of my face right now. It was already there before I seen it. But now, it done came out, you know? And now I see it. And it's just unruly. You know? And, you know, but you got to respect people. You got to respect people, you guys. You can't make nobody be something they don't want to be, forget something they don't want to forget, feel something they don't feel. If they don't feel that, what you want them to feel? Oh, you want them to feel sad? They already said they feel sad for Gabby. They just don't understand why ain't nobody looking for this kid and that kid and this kid and that kid. But I'm going to tell you something about Gabby's case. That is, like I said, I do believe it's bigger than what you guys think because it's crazy. Now, it could just be because, you know, it was Gabby and, you know, like what the person said in the comment, you know, her race. But, I mean, you know, like I said, when when African American kids come up missing or something, you know, they're always gonna be so. I mean, I'm not saying always. I'm so sorry, you guys. I hate using always and never and stuff because that don't really exist here. Only if God says it is what it is. But other than that, you know, shoot. It'll be whatever he tell it to be. A donkey will talk to you if he wants him to. He sure will. He will use whatever it is. Okay? So, what I'm saying though, but like when you live in poverty and you have to take risks with your kids, with people you don't know because your money is little, and then you got drugs, and then you got gangs. So they're not going to put a lot of awareness on there. And when they do, they feel kind of, that it comes out. It comes out. So, I mean, and I do think it's with, if you really dig deep, you'll find it with these kids also, to be honest with you. You really would. But you know, they that age. I mean, kids explore. They don't care what color you are. They just do. And she may not never have, and he probably did or didn't. I don't know. But I think there's something really evil with him. And that's just my opinion. And it ain't got nothing to do with his color. I just think that, I don't think it's no, I think he's wanting to, I think I'm gonna tell y'all about it when we get in there at 5 o'clock. I don't want to run it because I'm just saying I'm looking at a lot of other stuff, and some stuff is just, it's just too many coincidences going on with this young man named Brian. You know what I'm saying? Gabby, like so many others, is for the awareness to the darkness. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean, there's so many things I seen, and I don't know if you guys seen them or something. I don't know, but I mean, and heard, like it's all scattered out there. But if you take the time and you really dig and do the research, you'll sit back and go, they're putting a lot of effort out there to find this young man because of some unauthorized use of credit cards, Capital One. I got a Capital One, and that sucker bad. Let me tell you guys, I got two of them. Matter of fact, that sucker's bad. Capital One is pretty good. But I'm telling you, it's more to it than that. They ain't looking for him because of that card. Oh, it's because of Gabby. No, yeah, it's because of Gabby, because it's more than Gabby. I'm gonna tell you something. They better go. Oh, you guys, I ain't even gonna spoil it. I'm not even gonna spoil it. Okay, I'm not even gonna spoil it. All right. I gotta make some phone calls. But you guys, please don't be arguing with people about race. You know, you know what I'm saying. I mean, if something needs to be, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I'm just saying don't argue with them. No, you know what I'm saying. I'm just asking you. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just asking you not to argue with people about race. You know, it don't even make sense. You know, because just like I said, if my family member died, you can't tell me how long. Like I'm still grieving over my mother, and she died in 2010. I'm still grieving my mother right today. I probably never get over it, you know, because that's all I had. My mother, my grandmother, but my grandmother was already in dementia when I was old enough. I mean, she would, to even, really know my grandmother. But so, I can't tell you about my great great. I mean, I got picture, but like I said, slavery hits my family quick, real quick. You know, but I do thank God that we live in the United States than any other place. You know, but I think that we can all get along. I think we can. There's no way in the world we can put on their shoes. We probably wouldn't know what to do. Kind of like those whining boys. Them whining boys, they was dressing up like two girls went to Harvard or some kind of school or something. Some white girls go to Harvard, and I wish there was some way that take a day and walk in another race's shoe. It'd be different. It just would be different, you guys. It just would be totally different. Yeah. But when you're on the outside looking in, you know, that's what you see. But when you're on the inside looking out, see, when you're on the outside looking in, you're getting rained on. And you're like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. One of these days it'll stop raining. But you on the inside, so everything's good for you. Of course, gonna tell everybody, but when you gonna get over it? You just wet a little bit. Don't worry about it. Yeah, that's the movie White Chick. My mother's still here. I grieve. Yeah, long time. We can get along if each person did their part. Yeah, they're trying to associate him. Girl, ain't no trying to it. We gonna talk about it. Betty better have her butt in the house. Judge Betty, come on in the house, cause you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. It ain't no... Girl, I done already pieced it together. I was like, when they find him, he ain't gonna show his face. He ain't gone. He ain't dead. He ain't gonna show his face. He ain't gonna show his face. I lost my mom 26 years ago, and I still have my days then. 10 years ago, I lost my father the same day. I lost my father 5 days after my mother. You know. Anyway, some days I just lay in the bed and I just cry. You know? And I remember her struggle and how the world treated my mom. It ain't been that long ago. And okay, tell me this one thing before we get off, okay, you guys? Let me show you something, and if you can answer this question, then you know it ain't been that long ago. I'm gonna point at something, and I need you guys to finish the sentence, okay? Tell me, let me get on this side. Tell me, what does this mean when it comes on? You guys, what does it mean when it comes on? Anybody in the chat knows? Anybody in the chat knows what I just showed you? When that comes on, what does that mean? Do anybody in here know? I just showed you something. Answer that question. You better get your butt in there. Oh my God. Woo. 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 We was born in the 60s. You better have... Shoot. You see that? You late. You didn't need no smartphone. That was your smartphone. That was your Lexus and everything. You know what I'm saying, you guys? These kids these days, they need Lexus to tell them to do stuff. They need smartphones and computers and tablets and watches and stuff. All we needed was that right there. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you something. Like I said, I'm going to tell you this before I get off of here. There was a reason why we were all taught that. Do you know why we was all taught to have your butt in the house before that light come on? You know why? Because they would all go out at night, certain groups of people, and if they find you, it didn't matter if you was a kid or not, they would take you and hang you. And you will be found on a tree in the morning, and they just did this for kicks and fun. There was a saying back then. It used to be a commercial that says, "Do you know where your kids are?" You guys remember that? It was a campaign that was telling African American people, get your kids and get them in the house. You guys, don't play with me. I know my culture very well because I grew up in it. And I knew what everything meant. Just like when we talk to our children today about getting stopped by the police. Everybody else, that is our biggest fear. Especially if you're on a dark road or something. Or, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we still teach our kids, you know, don't 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 raise your hands too fast. We have to. Because these things still is embedded in us. We were taught that. So it's hard to not have feelings when you see stuff. That's all I wanted to say, you guys. All right, you guys, I'm finna go to bed. That was our history lesson for today. And peace and blessings to all of you guys. I'll see you at 5 p.m. Central Time. Bye.